Good morning, Orchard STEM School. This is Mr. Hoydick, the art teacher. Today we are going to do our final lesson for the prehistoric picture. And in this lesson, I will color everything in that's not colored yet. Now, I asked the class, what should I color first? Should it be the lake? Should it be the trees? Or should it be the volcanoes? And the kids want to see me do the volcanoes. And I'll do that. So I'm using a brown colored pencil, and I'm starting to color in the volcano on the left. And when I do this one, I'm going to trace around where the lava is and trace on the edge, and I'll trace on the edge down here too. You know, this is like a triangle that somebody bit the top of. That's what it looks like. And then when I color in the volcano, I'm going to press harder on the edges and lighter in the middle. Now, it doesn't matter if you're using colored pencils or crayons to do this, because either one you can press harder on the edges and then lighter in the middle. And there we go. You know, if I want to use, let's see, a little bit of black crayon or colored pencil, I can do that too. And I'll add just a little bit of black to the edges of my volcano. And I'm blending the colored pencils. That means mixing them together. Now I'd like to do the colored pencil or the volcano with colored pencil on the right. And so I trace around it. All the way around. And I trace the right side of it. I press harder. And now I have to color very carefully because I don't want to color on my dinosaur. My dinosaur is yellow with the purple blending. And I'll press harder on the edges. And I'll press harder on this edge too. And you know what? I might as well get the mountain over here. There's some mountain on this side. And I'll trace around my dinosaur. And also there's some over here. They're just small details that add to my picture. And I'll use that black colored pencil right on the side here. And on this side too. And now I'll use a red colored pencil to make the lava. And I have lava pouring down the side of both volcanoes. I'll trace around. And if I need to make the line between the lava and the volcano a little sharper, I'll use a black colored pencil. I'll trace around it. Ooh, I like the way that looks. And here's my other one. And I'll color in the red. And when I'm done doing that, I'm going to trace around the lava so that it really shows up. There we go. The explosion. I'm going to do that with the black colored pencil, but I'm going to press lightly. It's going to be gray. And I'm going to make the cloud coloring it in circles. And I'll do the same over here on the left. Boom, there we go. Hey, while I'm here, I might as well do the sky. And I think I'm going to use light blue for the sky. And so I'm going to very lightly color in the sky with all my lines going the same direction. And I'll color between the tree and the ground. And I'll color in between the leaves on the tree. Careful on the edge of the paper. Sometimes it rips. So I like to hold it down. And I'll color the sky on the right side of the trees. And I'm trying to press the same amount of pressure. I'm not pressing super hard because I want the sky to match. I want it to look the same. And I'll finish up on this side. All the way to that corner. And I can cover it with the rubber band. There we go. Hey, now what's next? I think I'd like to color the leaves on the trees. And so I'll use my green colored pencil and I will color in all of my leaves. But I'd also like to blend. So I'm going to get my other green, it's a lighter green, colored pencil ready to add some other details. And so maybe on the edges of my leaves, I'll use the light green just to add some details. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And trace it. Trace the edges. Excuse me. Whoa, excuse me. And there are the trees. You know, while we're at it, I'm going to take care of some of these grasses that I have down by the river. And I'll also take care of these lily pads. Is there anything else that I need to make green? You know what there is. There's the grass. But first I want to put a purple detail on my lily pads. And so the little flower things on the lily pads I'm going to make purple. And I see I missed a little part. I'm going to use light green and do some of these lighter parts. And now while I'm at it, Let's see. I'll add some details for the cattails. With a little bit of green on each one. And now, I think I will add green for the grass. I can start up here, and I'm going to color horizontally, back and forth. And I'm going to color all the way down to the bottom of my paper. All the way back up. I'll do this area in between the dinosaur's tail and legs. And between the toes. And between the dinosaur and the trees. And I'll do over by the other dinosaur, the long-necked dinosaur. And behind the tail. Careful on the edge of your paper. And I'll do between the grasses too. Now I can add some blue for this pool of water, the swampy area. And it's the same blue as the sky. So I might press a little bit harder to make the water look darker. And I'm coloring horizontally. My lines are going side to side. Go all the way to the edge of the paper, but be careful. I always hold the edge of the paper. Oh, a little bit dark there. But that's okay. It could be a ripple on the water. And the water is done. Now I'll move on to the wood for the trees. So here we go. I color this up and down. I'm going to skip to go to the next one. Skip and go to the next one. Skip and go to the next one. And skip and go to the next one. Now this needs to be darker, and this needs to be darker, and finally this one needs to be darker. And the trees in between I can press lighter. And now I want to make every other tree a little bit darker. So dark tree, skip. Dark tree, skip. Dark tree, skip. Dark tree, skip. Dark tree. And make sure that that dark tree goes all the way down to the ground. I can add a little bit of brown between the teeth, but not too much. And I could take my black colored pencil and trace the teeth. And the mouth. And the nose. And maybe down the back a little bit. I also want to trace the body here. The arms. And the belly. Now I'm going to stop, step back from my picture and look at it. I'm looking for any areas that might need to have some more color. So in between here and up in here. I want to look at my whole picture and see what I might be missing. Just a little bit under here. All right, there we go. So go ahead and finish your dinosaur picture and submit it into Seesaw. Try your best. I can't wait to see your artwork. Thanks, and have a great day.